Hello everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. It's so funny. So, I saw this at a press screening last night, and it was, but it wasn't just press. It was one of those ones where they had the,
the contest winners?
Yes, contest winners too. And I will say, my critics row didn't really seem to be laughing that much, so I was like the only one laughing in my row, but the general audience was going nuts for this movie. Yes. To the point where, even at some point, a woman, this is like maybe a third of the way into the movie, a woman just could not stop laughing very loudly, and was just, you could just hear her yell in the theater, "I can't breathe!"
Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that.
Well, and that's the thing. So honestly, here's the thing. We can get this out of the way right now, Joe. So would you recommend this movie?
Oh, wholeheartedly. Yeah, I saw this at TIFF last year. I gave it 4 out of 5 for Bloody. I like it a tiny smidge less on a second rewatch, but I still think that this is really funny, and I fucking love this cast.
Yeah, no, I'm in complete agreement with you. I think I give this a 3.5 out of 5. I do think this is a movie that will be better served with an audience.
Oh, yes. Yeah, see this with a crowd, because people laughing will help the movie, for sure.
That's the thing. So, look, truthfully, if I was watching this as a screener by myself on my couch, I don't know if I would have maybe found it quite as funny, but the communal aspect of watching this with a crowd really helped. I do think the hit to miss ratio in these jokes is about 75-25, but as you said, this cast is so committed, so game, that even the jokes that fell flat for me, the bit still worked because the cast was so committed to it.
Yes, and I feel like one of the things that the film does particularly well, especially compared to other movies that have a big cast to them, is each of these characters actually feels distinct. I can identify them immediately based on lines of dialogue, their characteristics, the way they respond in certain situations. They're very, very well fleshed out.
Joe, so as the credits rolled for this, I was like, I've never really thought about this as a metric for how good a slasher movie is, but I was like, when the credits rolled, I was like,
None of them die.
Well, none of them die, but I can tell you all of their names. I can tell you every single one of these characters' names, and that is absolutely not something I can do in more one-dimensional, less than slasher films.
Yeah, and to me, I think that is maybe one of the reasons it almost works better as a comedy than an actual horror film. I also don't know that the film is actually trying to actively scare us so much as tell a bit of a scary story with a whodunit murder mystery reveal, but I think the character work moves it almost further away from the slasher films that it's providing commentary on.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, we're recording this before it's come out, so there's only been a handful of reviews released for this, but one of the critiques that I've been seeing is, it works better as a comedy than a horror film, and I was like, well, this to me is very much comedy horror and not horror comedy, so
yes.
I don't even think that,
I don't think it's a problem.
No, the fact that I don't think that this movie is particularly scary, or that I don't even know if it's really trying to be scary. So I was really confused by those critiques.
Atlas Avenue. A long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.